Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Chris Curtis up against Joaquin Buckley this weekend. Has this got a potential fight of the night on it? You guys are very exciting at what you do. Is that your first thought when you see this, or what was your first thought when you get matched up with Joaquin?
First thought was like he asked for it, but it's gonna be a banger, man. Like this is he said he wants fight of the night. I'm like, we can get fight of the year, man. Like this can definitely be something special.
How much do you respect his skill set? He's coming off of a loss, but he had 3 wins on the bounce before that. We know he can be capable of fireworks. How do you respect his talent against yours? Is it quite an even matchup for you?
Yeah, we've trained together before, man. Like I know what he's bringing. It's he's explosive, he's athletic, he's a really dynamic guy. But I just think that I've got a lot of experience, too much experience. I had a full camp. I feel great. I think my conditioning, my pace, and my pressure like beat most people. On top of that, I'm durable as all hell.
Does your 2021 need to go down in history, do you feel, in this sport? How do you look back at that year? You were prolific, just smashing guys, jumping into the UFC full tilt. You were on fire.
No, it's not. I don't really worry about history right now. Looking back on it, I'm just happy to be there, man. Like I spent so long trying to get there. I'm just happy to get there, and now I just want to end the year back on track. We had a hiccup in London. It's fine, mistakes were made, lessons were learned. But now I just want to finish the year on a bang so I can roll into next year, get with a little steam under me, just go right into it.
Did it help you in some ways having such a prolific year? Get your feet under the table. Sometimes it takes fighters like this is a different level, right? But not only did you settle in quickly, you got some great victories under your belt. You fought top guys. Do you feel like comfortable now?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying for a long time I deserve to be there. That I can fight the best guys in the world. So for me, like being able to jump in and prove it that I can be in that range is, for me, like I'm comfortable. I felt for a long time that I've known I should have been there. So now, it's just me backing up my words and like I feel good being there, man. Like there's no fear, there's no apprehension. I feel like I belong here.
Which victory means the most to you in your career so far?
I honestly don't know, man. They all mean different things, and it's just like I guess I have to say the Phil Hawes one because it was one no one gave me like no one thought I could win. I thought I could get my team. Everybody thought I would lose that one. It's my first one. Then like, oh, he's getting signed just to get bounced in one fight, and then to go in to beat a guy who was had a lot of name behind him, and then to prove I belong here and like I solidified my place. It took me 14 years to accomplish this. I've been trying for 14 years, and to get there, to arrive on a bang, especially with the craziness that surrounded actually getting to that fight, it meant a lot to me.
Do you believe you should sit? How happy are you with your 15th place in the rankings right now? Do you think that that's fair? And when you look at the Hermansson fight, do you have any regrets because you could be right up there in that top 10 right now?
Yeah, man, it sucks, man. Like I definitely wanted that number 8 spot. I'm glad my buddy Roman got it. Super happy for him, but it's definitely a spot I wanted. But I've come in, I fought what 3 of my 4 UFC fights have been on short notice. So it's I took a risk, and I'm so far it's worked out great for me. But I came up short and won. Just there's a lot going into that fight. We didn't have time to put stuff together, like now my coaching and stuff. It happens. Like it's not the first. Yeah, you want to be number 8. I hate that I'm not. But at the same time, like I don't really like put too much into it. I took a risk on short notice, came up short. Like it happened. It's not the first time I've lost before. It's not going to be the last time I lose in my career, I'm sure. So it happens. You take a chance. It didn't work out. I got paid a bunch of money. I got a good contract out of it. Like nowhere but forward here.
When you look at how this fight's going to end, you talked about maybe a fight of the year. Is that what we can expect, a war, and you get the decision, or do you envision yourself winning by ground and pound? What do you see?
I am always trying to come and put on a show, but the Jack fight has taught me I have to be careful because even though I'm trying to put on a show, not everyone else wants to put on a show. So if he comes, if he comes and he says he wants to put on a war and blah blah blah, I'm like, bro, let's go to war. But I'm also prepared to people say that until they get in there and then they try to eke out wins. So if he tries to eke out a win, I'm prepared to win that way too. But I think if we both go in there and just I can go to town and throw down and see what happens, I think it'll be a man. Oh man, it'll be such a fun fight for the fans.
What's the vibe like for you at the gym? Yeah, Eric Nicksick's one of the best coaches in the world. You got some belters over there. Who's the most inspiring people to train with over there?
It's everybody, man. You've got so many people. That's why I love Vegas. That's why I love Extreme Couture. It's the first time like in my life. Sorry, I just got done my last spar, so I'm like tired. But it's like it's the first time in my life that I'm at a world class, like a truly a world class gym with like world class fighters and people who want it as much as I do. Every day you got guys in there who are grinding, grinding, grinding. And then you got guys who are like grinding not as hard and they see the other guys grinding and they're like, screw it, we'll go too. So I'm just surrounded by like some of the best stuff. But like for me, probably the biggest things lately, man, like my boy Sadibu just won $1 million, became PFL champion. And like this man's one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet, one of like most humble dudes. And he works his off and he's in here day in, day out. He just won his $1 million. And like that, and he became champion after well, like 2 years of trying, 3 years of trying. And that was big for me, man. That's like so big for me. And then to see Roman, change his life in a year. He went from nowhere, from unranked to top 8, 3 bonuses, and he just changed his entire life. Like it's like seeing my friends excel pushes me to go harder too.
Are you pleased that, I mean, this is a big numbered event? How important is this for you? Because, and look, anything happens last minute. We don't see so many COVID pullouts anymore, but you've got like Darren Till versus Dricus du Plessis on there, which is a really important fight in terms of people that are in and around you. How close of an eye have you got on that fight? And are you pleased to see some other middleweight bangers just in case they need to shuffle things around?
I'm not watching anything. I don't like. I already have learned very recently with the UFC and stuff in general. Just don't care, man. Like, worry about me. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Just worry about you. Like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. If they need to shuffle me around, I'm always game, man. Like, I'll fight whoever. But like, I'm not sitting, waiting, wishing anymore. I'm focused on I'm just excited to have my fight. Like I've been waiting for a long time. It's been a long camp for me. So I'm just excited. What happens, happens, man. I'm not gonna put any extra thought or worry into something that may or may not come to pass. Not gonna be disappointed or whatever. Like, nah, man, I get to fight Saturday. That's enough for me.
You're 35. I'm 35 also. Would you say you're in your prime right now? And you seem like you're just having such a prolific year in 21 that you're here to go, you're not here to wait around. So is there anybody in this division who you feel you have to fight at some point while you're in your peak, someone you maybe respect and that you'd love to stand across from?
So I mean, the only thing I try not to look like past the fight in front of me because it's just bad luck. But if I did have to fight somebody, I did need to fight Jack Hermansson again. Like I am never gonna let that go. People are like, get over it. I'm like, shut up. Like a lot went into that. I refuse to like get over it. Like, no, I respect him and sure, but like I want that fight back. Like I don't even need a full camp. Give me 4 weeks, give me 5 weeks. But I did it, on 2 weeks notice for essentially 1 week, did a week of training and then a fight week. He flew across the other side of the world. I didn't have my coaches the 1 week we had training. I had no training partners. A lot went into that fight, and like he was a better man that night. Like good for him. But I think 9 out of 10 times with like less interesting circumstances, I win that fight. So that's the one I want back. Outside of that, like I don't even care. Like I've got an idea of who's in this division. I know what the very top is, but I just want to fight, man. Like I'm not hunting anybody at this point. I'm just trying to fight as much as they'll let me fight.
UFC London, not annoying memories then. Can you do an English accent, by the way?
It's so bad. Like I can't. Like it's I promised my English fans I wouldn't because they were like, "That's terrible." Like I was like, "Yeah, I know." So it sounds Australian and like it's offensive to the English. So I promised them I wouldn't. English
Chris
Chris is dead.
Chris Barnett's Michael Bisping impression is hilarious, by the way. We're gonna finish off with a quick fire by your UFC colleagues, if that's okay. So, hardest hitter in the UFC
That I know of or in general.
that you think is the hardest hitter?
Uh, man, of all time, Rumble. Currently, I think Pereira has death touch.
Interesting. I see that. Best wrestler.
Probably Islam.
Most annoying.
Woo! Most probably Patty Pimblett.
Who's the funniest?
The funniest, bro. So probably Barnett. Barnett is a freaking clown, man. That dude is hilarious. Chris Barnett's looks super fucking funny.
He is very funny. Who's the hottest?
I'm gonna say my Twitter love, Diana. Was it Diabel? I can't even say her last name. Diabel. You know what I'm saying?
Who'd you most like to have dinner with?
Most like to have dinner. God, these were some. I have never thought of this before. Um,
It's like Back to the
Probably
Future.
Bryce
You're
Mitchell
disappearing.
because like I think he's just insane.
It's a good answer. And who has the highest fight IQ?
Highest fight IQ. Oh, who's that little guy? So you're gonna be ashamed of me. I don't really know that many fighters. I'm an old school guy, so I'm like, who would currently have the highest fight IQ? I don't know, man. Aljo's proven his worth. I'll go with Aljo right now. He's definitely proven his intelligence in this.
Who's the most interesting female fighter?
Interesting female fighter. Probably Wei Lee, man. Like I don't understand like Wei Lee, but I really like her. She's like very her personality versus like how she fights and trains don't make sense to me. She's like very kind, soft spoken, everything, but she's a murderer. And watching her train is scary. So like I have questions that I would really like to have answered.
That's a cool answer. Who is the best wrestler?
That was Islam.
Oh, Islam. Sorry, you got me. Okay, and who has the coolest tattoos?
I'm a fan of Chiavasa, actually. Yeah, Chiavasa, I'll actually go Brad Tavares too. I'm a big fan of the like the Polynesian whatever. So I'm a big fan of Tavares and Chiavasa.
Who's the best dressed, most stylish?
Leach. Leach is like stepping his game up, and I am not like that man's outfits need to be celebrated.
It's nice to get a vote for the Leech. That's the first one I've ever got. He's the first. That's the first vote he's gotten since I've been doing these. And
he should be celebrated.
Absolutely. And the last one is dream fight, past or present, any weight class.
Dream fight, past or present, any weight class. I would say probably Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, like tall, lanky wrestler. I want to see how he puts together.
That's the first shout for Abe Lincoln. I think that's a Fight Club quote as well.
It is. It is. Thank you.
Nice one. And oh, I forgot to ask, who would you want by your side in a street fight?
Sean Strickland, hands down.
Good call. Respect. Action man. Nice one. Cheers, Chris. Good luck. Great speaking to you.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers.